Jonathan Greenblatt is the CEO and National Director of the Anti-Defamation League. Jonathan, so good to see you. So what is your reaction to the Congresswoman's comments making comparisons of mask mandates to the Holocaust?
Well, look, her comments fall somewhere between demented and deranged, but they're not the first time we've seen Congresswoman Green trivialize the Holocaust or say perverse anti-Semitic things. I mean, keep in mind, she's a QAnon enthusiast, which believes that there's a cabal of Jews controlling the government. She's talked about Jewish space lasers starting forest fires on the West Coast. We don't take her very seriously in many ways. On the other hand, when you have a member of Congress spouting conspiracy theories, spreading hate, it's been encouraging to see Republicans and Democrats stepping up immediately to swiftly and sharply condemn her comments. And just keep in mind that this week, the Jewish community in America has been reeling after a series of anti-Semitic attacks.
In fact, I was going to ask you about that. I mean, about this timing, this at a time when there's an escalation of anti-Semitic attacks, particularly this week. And instead of pointing to the attention of that, talking about solutions, instead, this seems further divisive.
Well, look, I mean, I'm glad you're asking about that, Fredricka, because I don't think the media has looked enough at the fact that week over week, we've seen more than a 50+ increase in some of the most brazen and brutal anti-Semitic attacks I've seen in recent memory. Assaults in broad daylight on the streets of New York, Los Angeles, and other major cities. We had an incident in Times Square where firecrackers were fired at a group of Jewish people. We've had cars driving through Jewish neighborhoods, reportedly hurling bottles at homes that could be identified as Jewish, right? We've seen a series of acts of vandalism and harassment, and the torrent of abuse online, Fredricka, has been staggering. And so when you see wild conspiracy theories about the Jewish people or the Jewish state, we shouldn't be surprised when there are real world consequences, where Jewish people get harmed and hurt. So I think it's critical to focus on how do we stop that right now, which starts with attention on the issue and leaders from both sides of the aisle, as well as business and civil society and houses of worship, standing up and speaking out against this anti-Jewish hate.
Do you worry that the words from the Congresswoman may potentially fan flames?
Well, look, I mean, we've been dealing with, over the last several years, a surge of hate from the extreme right, where I think she really comes from. Right? From people chanting Jews will not replace us in Charlottesville to men in Camp Auschwitz sweatshirts storming the Capitol. And at the same time, now we're seeing a kind of radicalism from the other far end of the spectrum, with people saying the Jewish state is somehow committing, genocide or slaughtering babies. This kind of hysteria, this kind of madness breeds madness in our streets, Fredricka. And so we need to turn down the heat. And that starts with, again, people speaking out and saying, as we saw with the Asian American community, there were wild conspiracies about China, and then we saw Asian Americans being attacked in the streets. Wild conspiracies about the Jewish state are leading to attacks on Jews in our streets. So from the White House to Congress, we want to see officials stand up and say, enough. This is wrong. It's got to stop. It's got to stop now.
Yeah, too much hate in too many forms, and it would be nice if there is, a collective voice on getting to the bottom of that. All right, Jonathan Greenblatt, thank you so much. Always appreciate your time. Be well.
Thank you for covering the story. I appreciate that.
Thanks so much.